Hey, welcome back. Today's word of the day is, drum rolls please, infrastructure. I know, interesting stuff. But a road needs to be planned out and built, and another portal finally placed and lit. But before we do start out with that, there is a bee farm that was very briefly shown in the previous episode. So one of the things we're gonna do that I did not intend to do just yet is make a bee farm, because I need beehives. Should I have looked up a tutorial on how to make a bee farm? Yes. Did I look up a tutorial? No. Did I delude myself into thinking that I could make a bee farm just based on the knowledge that I've assimilated through years of watching like Minecraft videos? Absolutely. Now, redstone is something I'm incredibly familiar with. I'm so extremely knowledgeable in the use cases of all of the blocks and components, especially the slime and honey, as you can see on the screen. It's definitely not been ages since I've last touched this, and I'm definitely not currently thinking that I found a bug. The bee farm is gonna go great. I got this. I believe in myself. I've prepared this stuff, and I hope that's enough. Theoretically, I know hoppers are involved to collect the honeycomb when it falls. I've seen a lot of people using flowering azalea instead of just flowers, which I guess makes sense if the stuff just falls through. Oh right, it's probably in here. And then I'm gonna need dispensers. I need blocks. Good thing I made so much glass that I was intending to use for the inn and then never ended up using. Okay, so in theory, this is where the bees are gonna be running around. Just cute little buggers. I need scaffolding. Okay, so at least this part is safe. I don't know if I'm gonna have to cover that as well, but I honestly just might to be safe. I guess the beehives are gonna be here, so do I place the dispensers behind? How does this work? I need redstone. Oh wait, observers! I forgot about the existence of observers. How do observers work? How do you even craft observers? Can you check? How do you check if a honeycomb is full? Maybe I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial actually, but I'm gonna test this out first. I guess I'm gonna need 5, huh? Can you not turn... Oh... Okay, I was not aware you couldn't turn quartz back into quartz. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't mind the XP. Damn it, I'm missing cobble. Okay, we have observers. What I'm supposed to do with them? I don't know. If the beehives are here, can dispensers go up? Can they shoot up? Is that an option? Perhaps a lever. Clearly this is really well planned out. It works. Hell yeah. Okay, that's already great. So the dispensers are gonna go up, and each of them get 1 shear for now. I guess it might be best to have them up, but I don't know. And then observer... Now, how do you place them? I feel like... Yep. Okay. So this is where the blockchain... Okay, I guess there's a phase. That makes sense. I wonder if this actually works. Many thoughts are being thunk. Interesting. Okay, so they all fire. I mean, it's probably not the most effective one, but it kind of looks like it could work. I don't know. Oh, how am I gonna place them? Do bees come out at night? I don't think so, right? Okay, that seems to be working. Right. I guess it's better for the dispenser to be up top, huh? Oh, damn it. No, I took the wrong one. Oh. Very unfortunate, but I guess at least it's just the bees. Sorry, kiddo. Back to the drawing board. I genuinely feel so bad about those bees dying. So this didn't work out the way I thought it would. What if I raise everything by 1? I need to turn this around. Why does it not react the way I feel like I just need to try it at this point, because otherwise I'm not gonna know if it works. Oh well, we'll find out. In the meantime, I need to find more beehives. But for now, let's see if it actually works when they wake up. Crossing my fingers. Cross your fingers with me, because I sure need it. Okay, I mean, at least they're not escaping. That is a start. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. It's not registering. Why? Okay, I tried. I need Google. A comparator. What I was missing was a comparator. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take everything down again because my initial thought of the dispensers having to be placed upside down was correct. Unfortunate that it was correct, but hey, I'll take it. I have very much realized that observers do not work the way I thought they did. For some reason, I thought they just... No, actually, I'm realizing they do work exactly as I thought they would work. It's just due to those 2 beehives having had 5 honey in them already. I guess no additional honey could get added, and that's why the observers never popped off, because there was no state change. Am I getting observers right? I don't know. Anyway, comparators. Let's place all this like so. That should still work. Okay, that looks good. Now we just gotta wait for night, so I can place the beehives and see if anything happens at all. I'm a bit terrified. Very unfortunate that it started raining, but we're just gonna have to deal with that, because I'm not waiting another night. Now, how do I place those? Just like that? Then the bees are gonna go there, and this goes here. In theory. I would honestly rather have everything encased, just to make sure, because I don't know how the mob behavior works that well. I mean, it looks correct. I'll go sleep, and we'll find out if me and a lot of help from YouTube did a bee farm. I'm honestly scared to go look. Oh, interesting. Well, they're out and about. Does the redstone signal not go through? Is that what it is? Good thing is, the entire bee part is pretty much good as it is, so hopefully I should not have to worry about them escaping. Okay, I'm gonna need an explanation as to why it powers through corners, but not when there are 3 blocks in. Why did this not work? Because like clearly it goes this way, and when this one's not there... Would this work? Oh, it does. Okay, so I guess it can go over corners, but it doesn't want this one to be blocked. I'm learning new things. Redstone genuinely is another thing I'd like to actually finally understand, because the most I've done so far is just, you know, like a 2x2 piston door back in the days, and like one of those farms where you had water coming out of a wall and then raising the wheat. Let's go! So yeah. Redstone is something I'd like to do, especially when it comes to tree farms, because I am already tired of chopping wood. I want to do my best and keep most of the curvature of this river, or like use the natural terrain that's there, like these tiny ponds, and just kind of snake around and see what happens. The idea mainly just is, we have the river here. Why not build a canal? Why not connect everything to then build the path on the riverside? Because A, it's going to be a pretty direct path. It's going to help me guide myself. And 3, it's going to make for a really pretty view. And it's also going to give me an excuse to build as many bridges as possible because they look pretty. They look cool. And now that we have the boat part done, it's time to actually... Oh, I missed that jump. It is time to start on the road. Got a long way ahead of us. I do intend to mostly stick to the riverside, just because I think that'll be a rather just pretty area to go by. But honestly, we'll see where the road leads us. Best to just plan that out first before I'll actually go back and make it prettier. As well as plan out the bridges, because those are gonna have to be built soon. This area took a minute, just because I couldn't fully decide on what I wanted to do initially. But hey, trial and error is all you need sometimes. Now that the path is planned out, for the most part, the one thing that's really just left to do is go ahead and clean everything up. Which really just means go ahead and chop a bunch of trees, because I do not wish to hit my head every single time I ride around here. And another thing is, I guess, smoothing out the terrain a bit, because there's no reason to have 50,000 slopes and inclines when you can just fill in some of the areas and just make them a bit more. You know what? These may be creeper holes. Why not include them into the terrain? Why not turn them into a tiny basin? Maybe it's a big puddle that just kept being rained on. There's, I don't know, clay at the bottom. The water isn't disappearing, it's just staying there. Let's go. We have 2 mini ponds. Whimsy. Minecraft sunsets truly just never get old, huh? I mean, the rain's kind of destroying it, but gorgeous. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Chop a bunch of trees and place quite a bit of dirt. Good thing we have collected a lot of that, especially just by building the river system earlier on. Just gonna add a few trees left and right whenever we've chopped down too many trees to kind of repopulate the woods and forests, but that's about it for now. Not adding any flowers, not adding any leaf litter on the sides, no firebush trees. Firefly bushes, oh my god. And as for the design of the path, we're just gonna stick to something super classical, super simple for now, using the path blocks with a shovel, naturally, and spruce slabs whenever there's a 1 block high difference in height. I've just been cleaning up some of the trees to make path for the path. And look at this. I entirely forgot about it. I noticed this a while ago in Shodeg, but look at this freaky chunk. It keeps going for just a bit. I do wonder how this came to be. It sure is interesting. Oh, and I've added a small turn-off mechanism to the bee farm. Honestly, I've not tested it yet. I don't know if it works. But the idea being that whenever this does finally fully fill up, to have an option of just, I guess, pushing down the glass blocks and closing the axes, like the front axis to the beehives so they don't come out anymore. And well, now that we're done with the path, I never realized that those didn't fully render in. I guess it's due to Voxy, right? Anyway, now that we have a nice path that is hopefully fully traversable by horse, let's just test out a tiny bit. Right. I have not ridden this horse in so long, I forgot. I wasn't sure it could even jump 2 blocks. Let's see, it's fully doable. Actually, I'm curious if the tunnel is doable. I haven't tested this one out just yet. Well, that looks like a tight fit, but it works. Yippee! See, if you're smart and can stay on the road, then the road is doable. If you can't, well, that's just an issue for the next day. And this over here is the issue that we're gonna face. We have 3 bridges in total that need to be built. We're gonna ignore the tiny one that I just walked past. That one's honestly just for decoration purposes. But the one that I'm gonna focus on for now is this one. It's our home bridge, it's the one we see the most, so naturally it makes sense for this one to get the most care at first. And I think I'm a bit conflicted about the block use, because for now we've mostly used the deep slate tiles as kind of our foundation block, if you will, and a little bit of mud bricks, a lot of spruce and whatnot. So I guess it would make sense for this bridge to stick to most of that color palette, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I just remembered. She still needs her name. And thankfully all of the bastions and whatnot that we raided have procured more than enough name tags. I thought I left those. Dum, da, da, dum. And Armadillo shall be born. Is there a way to make this name cuter? Like Arma or Dillo? Maybe not that one. I'll leave it at Armadillo for now. That is cute enough. And he shall be named. Ah, that is so funny. Okay. You're gonna need a name as well, bestie. At some point. And you over there as well. Okay, right. Where were we? We need a few blocks for our lovely bridge over there. Yes, I'm aware. I desperately need a sorting system, and that's sooner rather than later. It is a bit silly to use the same blocks that I've used in and in to build a bridge, but I don't care. Now the main question is, how tall do we want this one to be? Because I would like a boat to be able to pass through. Do I need to build a boat to test how high it has to be? I need to build a boat. Now, would that work? That doesn't look like it should work. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. That means we can stick to that height for the most part. Okay, I have a plan. I don't have a plan, actually. It should probably be too wide, huh? I'm genuinely getting to the point where I'm like, I desperately wish I had mending on my diamond tools. Because I have a very nice shovel, but it's basically dead. And I don't know how many more times I can just repair it. You know what? I actually don't mind that. I don't have a lot of experience building bridges, but this one is quite nice. Steering boats is an experience. You know what? This is a perfect excuse to build a pier, which I do not mind at all. Structural integrity. That's the next word of the day. Are mud brick walls a thing? They are. You gotta test if Hanzo can pass it. Now that is not an issue. That is working perfectly fine, except for the fact my horse is slow. What if I do go for a 3-wide one? Man, the firefly bushes. I need to fill everything with these bushes. They are entirely too gorgeous. Actually, I'm curious. What if I turn these into the deep slate brick walls? To kind of just simulate wetness, I suppose. What if we add blackstone walls as well, just for the deepest points? Okay, I am rather happy with that. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks really nice. I'm gonna need lanterns after this. The canon Minecraft building experience is running back and forth from your storage system. I want to do like a funny little entrance gate. Now that's not how I thought that would go. It looks weird, but at the same time, it's also interesting. I can't quite decide what I'm looking at. And then the center ones are just gonna get lanterns. That might make it look too low. It works in a really weird way. I don't dislike it, which really is all you can hope for when building. Hey, we got a bridge! Well, the start of one, that is. That rather awkward moment when you need Potzel and the only silk touch tool you have is a pickaxe. We don't talk about this. Right, well, let's go add the finishing touches to our bridge. Terraforming, if you can call it that. Well, 'tis a job well done. I am in need of tuff for the next one. So let's go do that. Let's get some tuff. So as I was mining, I came across this tiny little cave expansion, I suppose. And I sure wonder what's behind that oddly brick-shaped tuff block. Huh. It seems like we have a trial chamber under our house. That's interesting. Though I am a bit curious as to how far down it is, because I kind of wanted to place a tree farm here eventually, and I'm beginning to have a feeling it will reach right into the trial chamber. Which, to be fair, I'm gonna need a ton of copper pretty darn soon, so I think I know what we're gonna do next episode. So that's not a natural block. Oh, I am actually under the house. You know, I was joking because obviously I knew I would be in the area. I just didn't expect to literally come out underneath the village. I do not mind the extra cold though. Mainly for the experience. Trying to figure out where we are because the mud is telling me I'm okay, never mind. It's the alleyway. I'm convinced it's the alleyway. Now, technically seen, we should be mining towards the wheat fields if I haven't fully lost my sense of orientation. Wait, this is kind of fun though. That's just gonna mean I'm gonna have a super easy like access route to the trial chamber. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, I know what we're gonna do after this. Come on, let's go. And we already have the like gutter-like looking blocks. It's perfect. I'm just gonna need a trapdoor here or something, and we just have a fun little back alleyway access to a trial chamber. Why not?